This is a sausage and rice casserole. Obviously, a lot of sausage and rice casseroles are done on top of the skillet. On stovetop in a skillet. You could do it that way. Because I'm making these usually in the morning. Hello, Linda. Good morning. Hey, Debbie. How are you? Because I have been doing these in the morning, then I usually don't cook them right away. And so I don't want to do it on the skillet. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven. You can do whatever your little heart desires. But if you're going to follow me, we're putting it in a baking dish and we're cooking it in the oven. Okay, so we're going to start. And I'm going to start with the ingredient that you probably don't have. See how bad I am? Bad, Cindy. Bad, bad, bad. Not touching your face, right? So you have to go bad, bad, bad. Anyway, so the ingredient that we're starting with that you probably do not have in your pantry is, so we have, in Texas, we have these stores called H-E-B, not Heb. It's not Heb, it's H-E-B. Anyway, and so they have a soup. It's so good. And it's called, it'll be backwards so you can't tell, but cream of poblano condensed soup. It's a little bit of sliced heaven. It is one of my faves. But if you don't have the lovely and creamy and spicy cream of poblano condensed soup, you can use cream of chicken soup or cream of mushroom soup. Good morning, Auntie Sharon, Sunshine. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Hey, Rebecca. Hey, John. So if you don't have cream of poblano soup from the H-E-B, because you live in a different state, then you can use cream of chicken or cream of mushroom, whatever cream of celery, whatever cream of soup you have, okay? So I'm gonna dump this in our bowl. Dump it in the bowl. Now we're gonna need some water because it's condensed soup. People who eat soup right out of the can, I don't know about you. That's not the way you're supposed to eat it. You're supposed to add water. Now, as a general rule, I add 1 cup of water. But because we're doing rice in here, I'm gonna add another half a cup right now, and then I'm gonna see what my liquid ratio looks like after I add all my ingredients. Whisk. Ha-ha! Do you feel like we ought to that? Yeah! I got you. Okay, so we're gonna whisk. Whisk. La la la. Did you ever wonder if certain things that you like run in families? So my Aunt Sharon's on here, and she's my aunt, but we're like not very far apart in age. And we didn't know each other a whole lot growing up, and so we've got to spend a lot more time together, and come to find out we are so much alike. It is like scary how much alike we are. Like kind of things we like to eat and our personality. But the biggest thing, which I think is so funny, is her love of purple. Purple, I tell you. And so anybody that knows me knows that I am the purple girl. And so I thought that was so funny when we finally hit that everybody who knows her says, you know, she loves purple everything. This is my big old mixing bowl. Isn't that a pretty pattern? Ooh, you know me and my Polish pottery. Okay, so now we have our soup. It's just soup and water. Looks kind of runny, nothing great. If you didn't have the poblano soup, or even if you did, we're gonna add a few little spices just to give this little whoo, right? Okay, the first thing I'm using is cumin. Now, you probably have cumin in your spice. This one's almost empty. Cumin in your spice cabinet. This one is smoked cumin. No, it's roasted cumin. Okay, whatever. Anyway, plain old cumin is fine. How much you say? I don't know. Half a tablespoon. How about that? But you know me. La 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 la. Lots of cumin. Gosh, that smells so good. That's like Mexican food, all in one sniff. Oh, okay. The other thing I'm gonna add is smoked paprika. Smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, okay, remember we had this conversation the other day. There are at least 3 kinds of paprika. There is regular sweet paprika. That goes on the top of deviled eggs. There is smoked paprika, right? So I use this in a whole lot of dishes. It's got a smoky flavor. It's very nice. And then there is hot Hungarian paprika, which is to die for. I'm just telling you, okay? To die for. Hello, Cassie. Hello, Jessica. Another Jessica. Hello, Jessica. Anyway, so we're using smoked paprika. If you do not have this, do not substitute sweet paprika, that's for deviled eggs, or the hot Hungarian. You could, but the hot Hungarian will make you go, whoop. So, up to you. All right, I'm just gonna give this a whisk just so that the little spices are all yummy. Hold on. What are the 3 things that go in everything I cook? I know you guys must be going, really, Cindy? But we have to put a little salt. I'm seasoning this because this is like our sauce. So salt, pepper, not the big end, the little end. Pepper. Pepper for your poppycock. When Harry met Sally. Do you remember that? And granulated garlic or garlic powder. Remember, not garlic salt. Use garlic salt, don't use the salt. Okay? Lots of garlic. I could have put fresh garlic in here, but I'm just using this. All right. La 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 la. Okay, our spices, it doesn't look very appetizing, quite frankly. Looks gross. It's just soup and water and spices. It's kind of a brownie color right now, but that's okay. It's gonna be yummy when we get done. Ta-da. Okay, now the next thing I have added, what we're gonna add is our rice. I'm gonna go ahead and put our rice in. Now, I'm using, remember cheap lazy girl? Cheap lazy girl. I am using instant rice, minute rice. And I'm doing this because that means that this casserole is only gonna have to cook like 30 minutes. You can use regular rice. You probably need to add a little bit more water. Hey, Maddie. Yes, cumin smells like Mexican food. I know. Hello, my Miss Maddie. That's my niece. She's pretty awesome. Anyway, so we are going to add 2 cups of instant rice. You can, like I said, you can. Okay, look at this. Don't you hate that with the little dewdrop? I'm ripping it. Ripping it. Come on out of there. There we go. Lazy girl instant rice. My youngest loves rice bowls. You know, like where you put edamame and chicken and all kinds of stuff and sriracha mayo in there. And so she'll whip up some instant rice really quick. Okay, so instant rice. Just dumped it all in there. The next thing we're going to add is our sausage because we're doing sausage and rice casserole, right? Okay. So some of you made the pasta salad, and I saw, and it's so great because all the pasta salads look totally different. None of yours look like mine, and that's great. So my niece who's watching, for instance, she did hers, and her vegetables were like in chunks, See, in my family, nobody would eat that. That's why I have to dice up everything in small dices so that we all get the perfect bite. But whatever works for your family. Okay, so here is, I used the polska kielbasa. Is that you measuring? It was just the rice, Cassie. I only measured the rice. Hey, Renee. Oh, Renee, are you exhausted? We love you. Renee's a nurse. We love you. Take care. Be safe. All right, sausage. So I used the, like the ring thing of sausage. It's already cooked. And this is garlic sausage. Yum! You can use any kind of sausage you want. You can use the Eckridge or any kind of brand name or whatever kind of little sausage you want. But you can see I diced it up. I cut it up pretty small. And again, the smaller you cut up your food, this is really, when you grew up and your dad was a truck driver and your mom worked at the grocery store checking groceries, food really had to go a long way. And the bigger that you cut up your food, like if there's a big piece of chicken or big vegetables, well, that doesn't go very far. But if you dice everything up, if you chop it up really small, you can make a really big casserole and everybody feels like they're getting enough and it goes a lot further. So there you go. Connor's watching too. Hi, my little baby Connor. So if you say Jesus backwards, it sounds like sausage. Sausage. That's bad, Jesus backwards. Oh my good Lord. Okay. Sausage. We're dumping the sausage in. This is just one of those rings. You know, one of the rings, and then I just cut it all up. Already cooked. No cooking there, right? Okay, so now I had to raid the crisper. Last night I asked my daughter to get something out of the crisper, and she goes, "What is the crisper?" I don't know that I don't ever say that word, but when I grew up, the vegetable bin in the refrigerator was known as the crisper. The vegetable bin, the vegetable drawer, whatever. Anyway, I raided, and I'm getting a little low, but we are. Hello, Linda. How are you? So anyway, we have, I did 1 stalk of celery, and I just cut it up small, so we're dumping that in there. If you don't have these things, you can omit or add. And let me tell you an example. So Britt was watching last night. I don't know if he's on now, but I went to high school with him, and he made the tamale pie yesterday. And he didn't, remember I said you use a can of tomatoes, and if you didn't have tomatoes, you could use jarred salsa. Well, he didn't have either of those, but he had a jar of black bean and corn salsa, and he used that in his tamale pie, and he said it was awesome. So, see? I'm so proud of you guys. So proud. Okay, celery. We did celery. So we have our soup, our water, our spices, our rice, our sausage, celery. All right, the next thing I'm putting in, remember I'm cleaning out the refrigerator, 1 zucchini squash. Again, see how small I cut them up? Because everything is gonna be a perfect bite. You take a spoonful of this, you're gonna have everything that's in this thing in each bite. So good. Okay, 1 zucchini. 1 zucchini going in. And the great thing about zucchini, and of course I had a yellow squash left too, so there's the yellow squash, and it's cut up. Yellow and zucchini squash cook really fast, and quite frankly, sometimes you don't even need to cook them. There you go. I also cut up, this is 4 green onions, you know, the long scallions are different than green onions. That's like the hoity-toity, ooh, finely diced 3 scallions. Well, we're not using scallions. We're using green onions. Here we are in Texas. Get the green onions. Anyway, so I just cut up 4 green onions. This gives you just a little kick, like a little bite. I think green onions have a nice little bite and a wholly different taste than if you just chopped up a white onion or a yellow onion. Just my taste. And, you know, whatever you like. All right, the last thing I'm gonna dump in here, this is everybody likes it or everybody doesn't like it. And it's, and the 2 sides are pretty raw about it, right? They either love it or they hate it, and that is cilantro. I had some cilantro in the crisper, in the vegetable bin, that was going. You know, it can only be in there so long. It was going. And so I just chopped up what I had. Interestingly enough, I went to the last time we were at the grocery store, well, it was like a month ago, I bought the little plants, the little cilantro plants. Hey, Charmalie. Yes, they are the bomb. Rebecca, if I have any energy, it's like from watching you do pottery shows. So, Linda, you know, the Food Network, they probably wouldn't like me because, you know, I'm not using the fancy stuff. I'm just using, you know, boxed and canned, and they would go, ugh, I don't know. But anyway, so we bought these little plants for, you know, that was cilantro. I got 2 of them. And I swear to you, like within 3 days, they were gone. They were gone, like dead looking. It was the cat. It was the cat. The cat ate all the cilantro. Bad cat. Anyway, so cilantro going in. How much you say? Okay, that's about a 1/4 cup. But really, I chopped off what was still good left in the, isn't that a pretty, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Sunshine. I think I like these 2. Look, that's sunshine. That's happiness. Do you feel happy when you look at that? I felt happy looking at that. Okay, get your spatula or your big old spoon. Ready? We're gonna stir. All right, so we have a lot of stuff in here. And remember, when I put the condensed soup and I added the 1.5 cans of water, I said we might add a little bit more water depending on what everything looks like once we get done. Okay? Here we go. And I think I want a little bit more liquid. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna surprise you. You're gonna go, what, Cindy? I'm gonna show you in just a second. Where is it? Oh, I thought we were out of milk. That would have been bad. Look, we have a whole milk. That's a go. Not whole milk, but like a whole gallon. I'm gonna add another half a can of liquid, but instead of water, I'm gonna add milk. So when you make these, like, you can add water or milk. If you don't have a whole lot, you don't have any milk, add water. But when you add milk, it gives it just a creamy okay? So, and you say, Cindy, could we add cream to this? Well, of course you could add cream to this. Not your coffee cream, but like heavy cream, right? All right, now it is very juicy. And you're like, oh, I'm just not, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Just a second. Oh, the cumin. It is so good. Okay. So you say, is that Mexican? Well, kinda. There's no tomatoes in here. You could add tomatoes if you wanted to. You could add a jar of salsa in here if you wanted to. Just depends on what your family wants to eat. Okay, so look, I'm gonna, look at this. Can you see that? Every bite. Rice, sausage, squash, celery, green onions. Oh, this is so good. Okay, now, remember, I'm cooking for us and for the boys, the doctors, in the townhouse. Hey, Floyd. Floyd is my OIL person. Can you recap all the ingredients? I'm running through in my head and I think I've left something out. I shall. Hey, Jane, you love my fridge? It's huge, isn't it? Look, it's big. And it looks bigger than it is. Like, one side is a fridge. The other side is a freezer. Can you see the whole thing? Yeah, it's big. So, it's great. I love it. It's so good. Okay, anyway, so going through the ingredients. We started off with a can. I used cream of poblano soup. If you don't have cream of poblano soup, which I can only find at H-E-B here in Texas, you can use cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, or cream of celery. We added a can and a half of water. Then to that, whisked it, and then we added some spices. We added cumin. We added smoked paprika. We added salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. Again, whisk, whisk, whisk. Once that was all together, we added a pound of sausage, that sausage ring, diced up. Oh, first the rice. We added 2 cups of instant rice. 2 cups of instant rice, a whole thing of sausage. We did 1 stalk of celery, diced up, 1 zucchini squash, diced up, 1 yellow squash, diced up, 4 green onions, diced up. What was that? Oh, and my leftover cilantro, which you can put in or not. And then, of course, you have other options if you wanted to add tomatoes or salsa or whatever vegetables you have in here. You know, avoid winter vegetables. So like winter squash or potatoes, anything that are the heavy starches, those take or carrots, those take too long to cook. And it's not gonna work in here. So this is only gonna cook for 30 minutes. Really, you're gonna look at this and say, it's a little watery looking, right? But everything's gonna melt and it's gonna be lovely. Okay, I have 2 baking dishes. So, see my baking dishes? These are my baking dishes, maraschino and green ribbon. Ooh, ah. Okay, so you say, how big are those? I'm gonna tell you, make it in your 9x13, okay? But because somebody asks me every time, this is 10 by 7, 7 by 10, something like that. The inside measurements, 10 by 7. Anyway, and I'm making 2, 1 for our house, 1 for the doctor house, okay? All right, and so then we're just gonna, I'm gonna scoop a little bit. Oh, that'll take forever. Hold on. Right back. Big purple ladle. That's better. Okay, so I'm just gonna ladle into, you can just hold up your bowl. So remember I told you that here in Houston today, it's 52 and raining. Hi, Tiffany. What's she making? Oh, sausage and rice casserole. We hate cilantro. Just don't put it in. It's fine. Just leave it out. Although, I suppose you could use parsley. But you don't really, don't put it in there. I mean, part of the reason I put it in there is because the bunch that I had in my freezer was going bad. And can't have that. Hold on. I need equal amounts in the doodle. There we go. Anyway, so I told you here in Houston that it's 52 and raining. And so if you have arthritis, as I do, it's hard for me to hold things, but we're going to give it a shot. Get all the goodness out of there. La la. And so my fingers don't hold on to things a lot. See, so I have to use my body to do the bowl. Okay, so why am I still using that? Okay. You should see the mess I create when I get done. I almost said her.
I found on the web. According to
Alexa, stop. I didn't say her name. She drives me nuts. When I have to talk about her, I have to say her. Because you know, if you say the name, then she lights up and then she's listening to everything you're doing. She drives me nuts. But you know, hubby thinks that's the coolest thing. To walk into a room and say her name and say, turn off the bedroom or turn on the living room. He thinks that's so cool. I'm like, really? You can't walk to the wall and flip the switch? Lazy, lazy. He's not here. I don't even use her. I just turn it on, turn it off. So bad, so bad. Anyway, so there you go. I know that you're gonna look at it and go, I'm not so certain yet. Because it's gonna look a little soupy. Is that dishwasher safe pottery? Oh, yes it is. Yes, she whispers. It is creepy. Yes, Polish pottery. So I've talked about this before. This is my love. Cooking, crochet, and Polish pottery. And I don't know what order because I love Polish pottery. And my friend, Rebecca, who's on, she owns More Polish Pottery. So you can go to her Facebook page, More Polish Pottery, or morepolishpottery.com, and you can look at everything that she has. All of the stuff is handmade in Poland. It's all hand stamped in Poland, and it could, you only think I'm not here. Oh, Philip's here. Hello, everyone say hello to my husband. Dr. Phil is watching the show. Hi, baby. Hugs, virtual hugs. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, I miss you. I miss you. Boo-hoo. Anyway, so yes, the Polish pottery is dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven safe. It goes in the freezer. It goes in the refrigerator. The only place it doesn't go is on top of the stove. No stovetop. But other than that, it goes everywhere. And so it is white. It is my favorite thing. So anyway, so that's ready. 350 degrees, 30 minutes. 30 minutes if you used instant rice, minute rice. If you used actual rice, oh, thank you, Linda, for saying we love Phil. We love him. Rebecca's next Polish pottery shopping show is Sunday night at 6 o'clock, and they're going to feature all this stuff. Oh, Jackie, thank you for saying hi. Everybody say hi to Philip. Okay, anyhow, so if you didn't use instant rice, you're going to have to cook this for an hour. Because regular rice is going to take a lot longer. On the stovetop, it takes 20 minutes. And that's like a higher heat. I would cover these with foil, not just like this. I would cover them with foil. That, remember, if you use it with a lid or you cover it with foil, then you're keeping all that moisture in. If you cook it without it, the moisture is coming out. So then it sucks it all dry. We don't want sucky, dry rice. Hey, Paula Kincaid. See? No grill either. Thank you, Bess. Yes, it does not go on the grill. Oh, look. Cassie says, hi, Dad. So sad. So sad. All of you lurkers. See, there's a whole people, a lot of you lurking. And when I say hi, tell me you're here, give me a shout out, you are all quiet. And then hubby comes on and saying, everybody's there. So your wife is helping us with our meals. There you go. I have to show you one other thing. I was going to show you, and then when I saw Philip was on here, I wasn't going to show you because he doesn't know, but I'm showing you anyway. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow, but I need a few things from the grocery store, so we'll see. Here's what I'm thinking about for tomorrow And it's only because of my new Polish pottery piece. Philip, look away. Look away. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. Look at all those colors. It's a little egg tray. Like you put your little deviled eggs on there. And look, it even has stuff on the sides. So pretty. I've been waiting to do the deviled egg segment until this came. Philip, look away, look away. It was very cheap. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, so anyway, so here we go. I'm hoping if I can get to the grocery store that we're gonna do deviled eggs and maybe a curry chicken salad. That kind of sounded good to me. So maybe tomorrow, if I can get to the grocery store, because I thought I had mayonnaise, because how do I not have mayonnaise? But I took the mayonnaise over to the boys so that they could I took them turkey and cheese and bread and mayonnaise so that they could make sandwiches for lunch. And so now I have no mayo. So you can't make deviled eggs with no mayo. So that's how we got sausage and rice this morning. I have purposely been avoiding a lot of Facebook and news stuff, you know, a lot of negative and a lot of depressing, and I'm really trying to be positive. I'm really trying to stay positive, and you guys are helping a great deal. You're helping me because you're taking my mind off not being with my honey, and I have to figure out what I think you're gonna love and what's gonna be yummy and what you might have in your cabinet and what can be inexpensive to make but still yummy, because it has to be yummy. And then so you helped me a lot. It was very cheap, although we don't want to use the word cheap. Cheap inspired. It's a hit. Little Carly likes the egg tray. It's so beautiful. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so we have everything. I've gone over the ingredients twice. I will, when this is over, give me a little time to clean up, and then I will type up the recipe and I will post that in the comments. As always, I ask, because see, I don't know about this. My friend Rebecca has been doing Facebook Lives for a long time, and so she is the one that actually gives me hints and tips on what I'm supposed to say or how I'm supposed to do things. And oh, and Mike got sausage. That's awesome. Anyway, so what's the real story? Now, Carol, you know he's not doing that on this. No. That's politically incorrect, and he has to keep his job. So you know he's not doing that. The real story is this is really scary, and it's really true, and stay home. That's the real story. So that's as far as we're going to go. My husband needs to stay employed, and otherwise I can't cook for you. So there you go. That'll be bad. And then Food Network really will need to hire me because somebody will have to pay the bills. But anyway, gosh, I just ramble. So you've helped me a lot. Rebecca says for me to say that it's really important that you share the video on your page so that other people can watch along. If you want to get a notification every time I go on, so you're not like, oh, I missed it again or whatever. You can't just like, I think you have to follow, and then you have to turn on notifications. So if you turn on the notification, you say following, I think it's like, following, and then turn on notifications. Then you'll get a little ding, and it'll say, Cindy's Kitchen is live, and then you'll know to come on. And I usually try to chitty chat a little bit before I start cooking to give you time to get on. Hey, Melinda. Hi, Tom. Oh, Tom, I miss you and your little lovely wife. All right, everybody have a rice day. Rise and shine. It's Saturday sausage time. All right, have a great day. Stay safe. I hope your kitchen smells wonderful today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.